All right, crew, we're back again with another cog debt determination. Today we're going to be doing a migrant to my area, but we consider him a local boy. His name is JohnSchnieder. He is also known as Bo Duke. He's known as Superman's dad. He's known as so many things. He's been a major part of our lives for the better part of 40 years now. And we're going to get into it and see if we can type him out. I'm going to be doing some reaction to his videos. And it's going to be interesting. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, but it helps us out greatly. We're not going to get this out there unless people are subscribing and sharing. Help us out, people. Join the conversation down below. Let me know what you agree with. Let me know what you disagree with. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know who I should react to. With no further ado, and without any great fanfare, let's jump over into JohnSchnieder.
Accomplish something like that?
Well, it's a decision, you know. I think that work or success, whatever that is, and I believe that success is doing every day that which you love, regardless of what it is or what it makes you, what it earns you. So I think that's a decision.
That's very ideas based, and it seems to be organized ideas based. This is very quick. I'm not familiar with a lot of his interviews. I've heard a lot of his older music, not so much the newer music. And I've watched a couple of his movies, but that's acting. That's not. So let's see what we got.
And it's something that is innately American. You know, it is part of our.
Check out these ideas.
Fabric that we are the masters of our own destiny.
That's we, not me. That's giving me a very strong tribe vibe. If he was self-focused, you would see a lot more of me in that statement. But it's not. It's a we statement. His ideas are dealing with we. And it seems to be organized so far, but I have been wrong before.
Okay, you know, that's all highbrow stuff. But it's true, and there have been folks, I think, over the last year and a half that have tried to tell us that we are the masters of our own destiny as long as we have permission.
Again, with the tribe and the ideas. This is what they have told us, not told me, told us. And we, there's a lot of we. And this is ideas that have already happened. They are not new ideas. He seems to be a little informative. We're going to look for some more confirmation of that and some control movements.
And I've never bought into that.
If you notice, while he's talking, his shoulders are moving. His head's bobbing a little bit. That's leaning me towards movement, but it's not confirmation. If he is movement, and we see more evidence, maybe some hands getting involved, but also the interplay. If he's flexible on how he deals with things, that's movement. The physical part helps to determine that, because those who are movement tend to move. It is not a confirmation. The interplay, the give and take, and the flexibility define the movement just as much as actually moving.
Yeah, freedom is not, you're not free if you're only free so far. It's like trusting someone. If you can only trust someone so far, you can't trust them at all.
That is a wise statement. Good on you, John.
So my business as well, Enid Buzz, here for all the people in the northwest Oklahoma area. I had a great year as well. I did not get shut down. I was out doing interviews, talking to people, bringing people the events and the news. Now, there were less events going on, but there were a lot more businesses that needed plugging to get more people into there, you know, like restaurants and things like that. So
sure.
I as well, working.
Okay, that wasn't interruptions. Lean informative. It doesn't mean he's informative, but it definitely influences the fact that he needed to interject is informative.
For myself, much like you, had the freedom to get out and do what I needed to do all year long.
Well, I applaud you for that, especially with regard to helping folks who were unceremoniously shut down.
Yeah.
In a free country, we had people who were told they could not open.
Okay. He's talking about people, but he's not being specific with people. It is people as an idea, not a thing. We had another video where it was people as things. This is people as ideas. It's a very hypothetical person. He knows people. He's not listing those people. He's telling you people in general face this.
And yet, these people still had mortgages. These people still had bills. And yet they were told that they could no longer pursue happiness. What?
Okay, so that was two quick things, right back to ideas. He's gathering for you these two things that the people had a problem with, and then he's bringing it back to freedom, which is the idea.
What is up with that?
Boy, I don't.
And he is not happy about it.
No, if you'd have told me that was going to happen 10 years, 5 years ago, I would have said you were crazy.
Well, I tell you what's very, very important.
We saw some hands right there. This is going to be harder because he's as tight as I am on the camera, and that makes a difference in watching body language. But you can see his shoulders. That led me to believe that he was moving his hands. He doesn't seem too flexible, but we'll see. I mean, he's been an entertainer for a long time. So let's see if we can get a control movement confirmation here. And we're also going to be looking specifically if he digs off into rabbit holes for the informative part. There's several indicators of informative, but we'll see if there's some rabbit holes to go down.
Important about right now is we must not let it happen again. I did a Facebook post before this stuff happened. When they first started, and we do our event called Bows Extravaganza. Of course, we're doing bows on the road at Longdale, at the Speedway. I'm going to be racing. It's going to be a wonderful weekend.
Y'all come check out these experiences. I'm gathering them for you. This is where I'm going to be. Y'all come see me.
But I say that because
And go see him. By all means. It's a great time out at Bows. And I say Bo because it's Bo's Extravaganza. It's obviously John.
In 2020, when we were about to do our Bo's Extravaganza in Louisiana, people were all shocked that we were still going to do it because the powers that be were telling us that we couldn't. We could not, we were supposed to give up our right of peaceful assembly.
Okay, he's dealing with ideas there, and he is not flexible on this idea.
And, we talk about the First Amendment, we talk about the Second Amendment, vitally important amendments, certainly.
Gather these two experiences real quick and bring it back to the idea.
But our right of peaceful assembly is at the foundation of all of it.
Absolute truth.
And I refuse to give up my right of peaceful assembly.
That is very control. Even though he has shown some movement indicators, that right there changes me to lean towards control. The fact that he is not flexible in this idea at all. Not that he needs to be, but some people will be. So that definitely leans me towards control.
And I'm very hoarse today. I'm sorry. I'm not sure why.
I feel you, John. If you don't know, I haven't addressed it directly, so you probably don't know. I've got a cyst on my vocal cords, and it causes me to have some issues with my voice. You will hear it. I try my best. I got mints. I drink water. It is what it is. I got to get my grind on.
But we need to remember how easily we gave a lot of things up.
All right, that is another idea. Control.
Because I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means, but I do know that there are likely many people who paid attention to how readily we gave up many of our rights.
Very ideas, and he's in an agitated state because it's out of control. That is definitely leaning me towards control. Tribe. He's not just concerned with his freedoms. He's concerned with your freedoms. He's concerned with my freedoms. He is concerned with the tribe.
We can't do that again. I'm not
We can't do that again.
an anarchist by any means, but we must not allow our fundamental rights as citizens of, I believe, the greatest country, the greatest, yes, experiment in the history of the world. We must not allow whoever they are to take away our rights so easily. Because we were...
Okay, this is leaning informative. He just stated his case, the whole case. Now he's going to restate it.
awarded our rights by the blood of people who are no longer with us. When we give up our rights so handily, we are diminishing their sacrifice, and we must not do it.
Speaking of that,
That definitely leans me towards informative and control. That was an informative control tribe statement. It's ideas, it's organized, but it is informative control tribe even more.
already mentioned it, the Bo's extravaganza.
Yeah.
So now that things are starting to lift and things are opening up, you guys are out on the road. You're coming to Longdale, Oklahoma, which is
Yes, we are.
not that far from Enid, Oklahoma.
Here's the experience. Y'all come experience it. He is very happy with it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
This is like a 3-day event. Give us some of the highlights. Now, you mentioned just a second ago that you're going to be racing. So you're actually
I
going to
am.
be one of the cars? I had no
I'm
idea.
going to be racing. I have my very own one-of-a-kind Bose General Lee open-wheel modified dirt track car.
Wow, that is very cool.
Yes, and in case any...
He just explained the experience for you. Now that experience is mostly for himself, but I guarantee you that the fans love that.
Everyone's wondering, yes, it has 01 on it. Yes, it has General Lee on it, named after Robert E. Lee. And yes, it still has the battle flag on the roof.
Very controlled, very informative. I'm going to let him finish this statement out, and when it swaps back over, we'll go ahead and type him out.
Wow.
So I race that car with the folks who do this every weekend. So I'm a little crazy, okay? I'm a little crazy. But I tell you what, I enjoy dirt track racing more than just about anything in the world. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be playing.
He really likes this one experience. That's an SI trait.
Music. I have my band there. We have Cody McCarver from Confederate Railroad. We have Keith Burns from Trick Pony. We have a couple of local acts that I have not met yet, but I'm very excited about meeting them.
Y'all come experience these new experiences.
We have Mark Anthony, who is a stuntman out of he has a company in Texas.
I'm going to let this go a little bit longer because while I'm leaning, definitely ideas organized, this is the things, and this is the things as things.
That he does. His specialty is high falls, which he's going to be doing, and I think he's going to be doing it on fire. Yeah, that's he's going to do that as safely as he possibly can. But I've challenged Mark to a race to find out whether or not the actor is actually can beat the stuntman. So we're going to be doing a race as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have VIP
New experience.
night is on Friday. We're doing music. We're showing our movie Stand On It, which is a tribute to Smokey and the Bandit. And really at the core of it is we're trying to get people back together to have a conversation.
And the rehash of Smokey and the Bandit isn't organized ideas. That is an already known concept, reorganized.
And to fall back in love with their hometown. So that's what Bo's Extravaganza on the Road is about. And it's going to be a whole...
So the whole point of the experience is to get the ideas organized. I think we're ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and transition over, and we will run this ideas, organize, tribe, control, informative. And that gives us an ENTJ. An ENTJ is going to filter the worldview through rationale. The strength is the ability to take in everyone's thoughts and to trust the experts, as long as that agrees with the NI parent. He's going to automatically see what everybody else thinks. He doesn't have to put any effort into that. That's going to happen without a problem. But he's going to narrow that down. He's going to take the possibility and he's going to figure out what's the best outcome from that. And while he may not agree with the majority consensus, he has experts that will back up his NI. Otherwise, he wouldn't be doing the NI. That's how he decides, is through how everyone else thinks about it, not feels. SE child is going to feel defensive over new experiences and things. The weakness is forgetting details and always feeling the need to be the best. You can see that John is driven. He's done a lot of work in the last 5 years that I've been following him. He's put out, I think, 10 movies in the last 5 years. I could be wrong on that. I'm probably wrong on that, but he's done a lot. He's put out at least one album, maybe two, in the last 5 years, all at his own studio that he's coordinating and pushing everything through. So that is very defensive over his experiences and finding what he wants to do. The reason for starting the studio was so that he could do what he wanted to, so he could experience the things that he wanted to without anyone telling him he had to. FI inferior, he's going to think he's great at knowing life's values and actually often misunderstand them or invert them. You can turn it the weakness into a strength by learning the tribe's morals. And I am SA Demon. I still have not fixed this typo. 1 second. He's going to have a harder time understanding why he feels the way he does. He's going to value the wrong things and think that it's the right things. You can see as he's matured over the time that I've been following him that he's getting better at seeing this. He's becoming more balanced at this. And getting into the shadow, we're going to deal with TI nemesis, which the challenge is going to lie in dealing with the tribe's logic. And you can definitely see that in everything in this interview. With the way he thinks about it does not mesh with what everyone else thinks about it. So while he does tend to trust the experts, he doesn't trust the experts who are talking. He's going to have a hard time seeing possibilities, other possibilities. He's going to tend to choose before looking at all the options and needs to take the time to make sure. That's the any critic. He's going to beat himself up for missing the options. He's going to decide, based off of what other people say, what is, but he's going to kick himself if he misses something. So not having the information is going to be a problem for him. SI trickster is going to be unaware of how to organize things. He's going to have a hard time keeping a schedule and completing tasks on time. He's going to have to make a schedule and keep it. I hate to bring in things that are outside of the video, but you can see that in his live streams. He's very off the cuff. He doesn't make schedules. Now, being a business owner, he has had to develop this. You cannot be a business owner and stay with SI trickster or SI demon without maturing it, or you're going to go broke. FE demon is where he's going to get caught up the most and is going to undermine himself by not trusting the tribe's ethics. It's very obvious in this interview. He does not trust the tribe's ethics. It's not judging on my part him for doing that. I tend to not trust the tribe's ethics too. I'm NI dominant. My willpower over everyone. You can't seem to find why this works for everyone and need to understand why you hold your own rationale. FE demon is going to get caught up in why do people think this way? Why do people not like me? Why does this person talk bad about me? Why didn't this person do what I thought they were going to do? You will see that a lot because you're completely misinterpreting other people's feelings. And most of the time, that's a bad thing. John is a great guy. Definitely check out his stuff. Check out the stuff from John Schneider Studios. Check out his music. We will be doing a react to some of it. I don't like doing reacts to things that I've done, like things that I've seen. And but he has a lot of stuff that I haven't, so we're going to go with that. That's about where we're going to wrap this up. If you like what we're doing here, like, share, and subscribe. If join the conversation down below. If you agree with me, let me know. If you don't, let me know. Tell me why. Let's start a discussion. There's no way to improve the science of this mental health issue without talking about it. I have done a lot of work. I've done a lot of research. I am not by any means a certified expert, and I'm okay with that. I'm willing to go with what I know. I have narrowed the possibilities for you. We're going to wrap it up there before I turn into an informative. So, like, share, and subscribe. Drop some comments down below. This has been Pitt's Take. Peace.